Hi, my name is James Stickney, and I'm a student here at Liberty University, currently in the Comms 622 class. Today I would like to present my research paper. There's an old saying, it's not the trap that killed the mouse, it was the pressure. For the mouse, pressure was caused by the bar of the trap slamming violently onto its body. In most cases, the body part it slams down upon is either the head, the brain, or the neck, spine. In either instance, it's not the action of the metal bar connecting with the flesh that does the killing. No, death comes when the shock wave of pressure strikes the victim's most vulnerable physiological features. Like the pressure exerted upon the mouse, humans within an organization are subject to pressure on their most vulnerable physiological features by way of change. Change is the most natural event humanity will face. Then why are humans so resistant to this natural occurrence? The largest and most fickle part of an organization is its human component. The human component in business is referred to as human resources. Human nature in its current state is programmed to resist the burden of physiological and emotional stress, often brought about by the constraint of circumstance, otherwise known as situational uncertainty. Horlick, Jones, Amendola, and Castle define situational uncertainty in this way. When the initial understanding of an emergency incident proves to be inadequate, those coping with it have to respond to the situation as it is, rather than to the situation as they expect it to be. Ever since the fall of man in the Garden of Eden, human nature has changed from a focus upon the creator, the organization, to a primary focus on oneself. The focus on self creates a major problem in an organization because it is the root of individualism. Jedem, Posthumes, and McAuliffe claim when individualism is the dominant orientation, persons tend to define themselves as independent groups, autonomous, unique, and guided by their personal goals and values. In other words, they don't work well with others. The problem with individualism for an organization is twofold. First, when an employee is primarily focused upon him or herself, they often have a difficulty discovering who they are as an individual. Subsequently, if they do not truly know who they are within the scheme of the organization, they become completely useless to the organization. While speaking during an interview on the Oprah Winfrey Network, Father Rohr states, everyone has two sides to the true self. The true self and the false self. What the false self fears most, he says, is change. But why? Because change asks us to let go, and we're not good at letting go. I'm not good at letting go. Whether thought about or not, the Church of Christ is an organization of human resources. Since technological advances in business move at the speed of thought, embracing technology by human resources is usually only a utopian idea. When technology is introduced to employees, it is often rejected. But why? Stan, Stanton, and Guzman, they found, caseworkers' initial reactions about the prospect of new technology for the delivery of digital information also indicated resistance. They said things like, learning how to use laptops would be difficult, taking them to the field would be inconvenient, and laptops might invite theft or burglary. The resistance, excuses to change, necessary change. In the realm of information communication, organizations hire millennials, the younger generation, because of the need for change in these areas. However, corporate executives rarely agree with a younger person on the organization's vision for investment in this area. Fitzgerald, Krushwitz, Bonnet, and Welch claim where CEOs have shared their vision for digital transformation, 93% of employees feel that it's the right thing for the organization. They embrace it, they want it. But a mere 36% of CEOs have actually shared the vision. Change resistance, especially in the area of information communication systems, most often resides with management and not the employee. After all, they hold the purse strings. Unbridled individualistic competition from within an organization is toxic. It is this toxicity which causes change resistance. Glaser believes that the toxic belief that protecting one's turf is the norm and internal competition is actually a good thing has caused much needless pain and kept individuals and companies from achieving their full potential. Organizational competition from within the organization affects the bottom line, and most often not in a positive way. What emerged from my study, it wasn't empirical answers, but more questions. Questions like, how does organizational change pressure lead to full-on resistance? How does human inability to embrace change and the pressures that come through change affect the organization? How can the human factors of change resistance, like individualism, be lessened during impending organizational change? Marcus Aurelius exhorts readers of his Meditations to observe constantly that all things come about by change. Accustom yourself to reflect that the nature of the universe loves nothing so much as changing things that are and making new things like them. When employees experience change pressure, the first thing they notice is their world is about to change. The pressure of this thought produces both discomfort and uncertainty, and then fear is born. Change has been, is, and always will be an integral part of human life. Organizations are made up of human beings, and those human employees are often uncomfortably influenced, pressured by technological advances, speed of information communication, and the organization's competitive change nature. Griffin says the 4 areas in which the pressure for change appear most powerful involve people, technology, information communication, and competition. To say resistance to change is the cause of the resistance would be incorrect. Change resistance is actually caused by the pressure to change. Logically, if humans are incapable of letting go of personal presuppositions, prejudice, and misconceptions about organizational change, this creates even more uncertainty, thus perpetuating resistance. Individual tendencies can incubate human resistance. Resistance which causes an organization's productivity to suffer. Most organizations operate on a teamwork concept. If an individual cannot envision themselves as an integral part of the organization, designed to work as a cohesive unit, then once again, productivity is affected. Buy into change pressure as a unit and productivity will soar. Resist it, turn it inward for personal gain, or use it to joust another person from a place you desire, and productivity will plummet. If an organization can teach their employees to embrace and thrive on change pressure as a type of fuel to propel the organization forward, then the future of the organization can be stabilized. Remember, adaptation is not merely a scientific term, it is a requirement of business in the 21st century. Thank you and have a great day.